Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to start a new topic, and that is biogas. In the biogas, we will first study about biomass. Second, how biomass is basically used to obtain biogas. The third and the most important point is why the biogas has edge over animal dung or even the wood. Although animal dung and wood will also come under the category of renewable resource of energy, but still why biogas is preferred as compared to animal dung and wood. These topics are although very small, but from examination point of view, these are very important. So I hope that those people who are not seeing the video or not even seeing it very carefully, so I request everyone to please see the video carefully, because I am going to talk in detail about each and every point that could come in your exam. Then we will talk about the composition of the biogas, why it makes the biogas and is an excellent fuel, and then we will talk about the construction of a fixed dome shaped biogas plant, and in last we will talk about advantages. So from the very first topic is what is biomass. As the name says, bio, and second is mass. In biology, your teacher might have said you that bio means life. Mass is material. The material which is basically obtained from living organism, or the energy which is basically obtained from this biomass will come under the category biogas. Again, I am telling the definition of biomass. The materials which are obtained from living organisms that could be used for the production of biogas is called biomass. Now, the name, as the name suggests, the first thing that comes will be animal excreta. First important point. Again, residues of crop. Residues of crop. These two are major important points. Along with this, you can also take wood, leaves, anything. Even the product which comes as residue from the home could be used as biomass. So now I think your biomass is clear. The biomass is the material which is basically obtained from living organism that could be used for the production of biogas. And second point, the examples will come under category is animal excreta, residues of crops, leaves, residues which comes out from your home like vegetable peels, etc. could be used as biomass. Now, what is the second topic is what is biogas? The gas which is obtained by the anaerobic decomposition of biomass simply constitutes your biogas. मैं फिर से बोल रहा हूं, वो गैस जो बायोमास को एनारोबिक डिकम्पोजिशन या फर्मेंटेशन करके ऑब्टेन किया जाएगा, that will constitute your biogas. I will tell you afterwards that how biogas is produced. Then the third point is why we have an edge over biogas. Why biogas has edge over animal dung and wood. The very first point when you talk about animal dung, I mean to say is your animal dung cake, जिसको लोकल भाषा में शायद वो जो लोग गोबर को दीवार में चिपका के सुखा देते हैं और फिर उसको जलाते हैं, ठीक है? तो these will come under animal dung cakes, correct? So animal dung cake, first, the most important disadvantage of animal dung cake is it has very low calorific value, approx 7 to 8 kilojoule per gram of animal dung cake. 7 kilojoule to 10 kilojoule per gram, very low calorific Second point, burning of animal dung cake releases lots of residue, that in the form of ash, which causes your air pollution as well as second is your soil pollution. Please note all these points. The third disadvantage of using animal dung is that animal dung is, in India, animal dung could be directly used as a manure because it is rich in your nutrients like phosphorus. Correct? So, if you will burn the cakes, it will result in the loss of nutrient which could not be used in soil to increase the fertility of the soil. Three important disadvantages of animal dung. Similarly with wood, wood has a calorific value of just 17 kilojoule per gram. Second, releases lots of toxic gases. And third is, again, if you will burn wood, it will lead to deforestation. Correct? It would lead to what? Deforestation. So actually I have told you three disadvantages of using animal dung, three disadvantages of using wood as a fuel. So how biogas has edge over this animal dung as well as wood. Please write it down. First is, biogas is produced by the anaerobic decomposition, fermentation or respiration of the biomass material. So it releases biogas, which is an excellent fuel having calorific value of approx 40 to 45 kilojoule per gram. Point 1. The second point of biogas is, along with the biogas, the spent slurry is also released. That I will tell you afterwards. This spent slurry is rich in nutrients like phosphorus, and that could be directly sent to the market or could be sent to the nursery where it could be packed and sent to the field, and that could be used as manure. That means that the manure, once this biogas is released, the biomass which is left as residue can again be used as your manure, and it could increase the fertility of the soil. Means second point is, it increases the fertility of the soil. And third point again, which I am going to tell you, and the edge over wood or dung, is that biogas is a clean fuel. It is an environment friendly fuel because it does not releases any toxic substances like oxides of nitrogen or oxides of sulfur or other very toxic substances like lead and etc. So this is the edge of biogas over your wood, dung or wood. I hope you have understood what I have told. Now the fourth composition which I will talk about is, the fourth topic that I will cover today is your composition of biogas. The very interesting fact that no one tells is that during the production of biogas, which occurs by the anaerobic fermentation or respiration through bacteria, but no one talks about the bacteria. The name of the bacteria which is used in the fermentation is methanogens. In the absence of oxygen, what happens? They will decompose or they will break down the complex molecules into simple molecules, releasing methane, hydrogen, few traces of hydrogen sulfide, some amount of CO2. So when someone talks about the composition of a biogas, you can simply say that it is a mixture of methane, some amount of hydrogen, traces of hydrogen sulfide, and some amount of carbon dioxide. Second point, you have to tell that basically the biogas mixture contains almost 70 to 75% of methane gas, and actually it is released by the working of methanogens, which breaks the complex molecules of biomass into simple molecules like methane, hydrogen, hydrogen sulfide, and CO2. Please jot it down. The fifth topic that I will cover today is after composition is your construction of biogas plant. We will talk about the construction. There are two types of biogas plant. First is your fixed dome shaped, and second is your floating dome या floating type of biogas plant that you don't have to cover, right? So in case of a fixed dome shaped your biogas plant, this part, that is the dome shape that you are looking in the diagram, consists of your concrete and it does not move. That means it is fixed. That's why the name is called as fixed dome shape. It is basically, the whole construction is basically done with the help of concrete and bricks, and the dome is here is fixed, so the name comes as fixed dome shaped biogas plant. Now we will talk about the construction. The construction, since I have already said that it is totally made up of bricks and all this, it basically consists of it has three basically important parts. First is your mixing tank. The second is including your inlet chamber. So this will come under one. The third is your digester tank. The fourth is your outlet chamber. Please note it down. Now what happens? First we will, the construction part in the mixing tank, that this is the mixing tank. The animal excreta, basically the excreta which is present in the agricultural field, because by keeping buffaloes and cows, I am talking about a rural area bit, where the farmer has lots of cattle in his farm. तो क्या करेगा, जो भी गोबर that he has collected, the dung that he has collected from buffalo, cow, or even your goat, even human excreta could also be used for the production of the biogas plant. So that could be directly sent to the chamber. Here, the water is mixed equally in equal amount to the dung, resulting in the formation of slurry. Again, I am telling you, the mixing tank is actually the place where human excreta, animal excreta, or even the residues of crop is mixed equally with water to produce slurry. Correct? Now the slurry is fed through the inlet chamber and it reaches to the digester tank. Again I am repeating, यहाँ पर इसको थ्रू इनलेट चैम्बर, मिक्सिंग टैंक से इनलेट चैम्बर के थ्रू यहाँ पर अब आके उसको छोड़ दिया जाएगा. In the digester tank, in the very first day, it is kept for further 50, 60 or up to 70 days, so that decomposition of biomass could take place. Although the farmer every day or regularly he will feed the slurry into the digester tank, but the first production of biogas will take place after 60 to 70 days. But once the biogas starts to produce, it will become a continuous process. प्लीज इसको याद रखिएगा कि ऐसा नहीं कि हर 70 दिन के बाद प्रोडक्शन होगा। प्रोडक्शन एक बार, although it will take 70 days, afterwards once the production will start it will occur in a continuous process, correct? Now what will happen in the digester tank? The decomposition of complex molecules by the methanogens occur in the absence of oxygen, so it is called as anaerobic respiration. The gas so produced will start to collect over the tank, over the digester tank, and as a result of which, once enough amount of biogas is produced, it will start to give pressure to the upper part. Now, once the enough biogas is collected, what? Using the valve, this is valve. Using the valve, you can obtain the biogas that could be used for cooking purpose. Correct? However, what happens once the gas starts to produce upward, it also exerts pressure to the residue or the biomass which is collected at the lower part of the tank. As a result of which, the slurry or the material which has already been decomposed through the outlet chamber reaches to this point, and this is called as spent slurry. Please note it down. The material which is left after the decomposition or after the anaerobic respiration is called as spent slurry. The spent slurry so obtained could be directly sent to the field or nursery where it could be packed and it could be further used as a manure. This is the edge of biogas over wood and animal dung. Clear? Now, according to the need and according to the material given, the biogas so obtained could be used by the farmer for in its home first for cooking purposes. Nowadays, it is also used for electrical purposes also. So this is what the construction is all about. Please jot it down. Now I will talk about first the benefits of what? Biogas plant or biogas. First, it is an advantage, excellent fuel. As I said, it has very high calorific value of approx 40 to 45 kilojoule per gram. That makes it an excellent fuel. Second, dependency on fossil fuel decreases. Fuel decreases. Third point, what I said, environment friendly fuel, or it is also a clean fuel. But fourth and the most important is why it has advantage in a nation like India. Since we have the highest number of cattle stock in the world, so it is an efficient way of cattle waste disposal. प्लीज वीवीआई कर लीजिए इस टॉपिक को, इस टर्म को, कि इंडिया में इतना जो काउडंग प्रोड्यूस हो रहा है या बफेलो या जो भी है एनिमल एक्सक्रीटा प्रोड्यूस हो रहा है, तो दैट इज एन एफिशिएंट वे ऑफ डिस्पोजल ऑफ व्हाट? कैटल वेस्ट. So these are the basic advantage. Please note it down. Now I will talk about uses. First, it is used, the gas so produced is used in cooking purposes. A. Second, it is also used for illumination purposes, lighting purposes. And nowadays it is also used to run your motor engines, normal engines, which could be used to draw water for irrigation purposes in your farm or in your agricultural field. So that was the whole topic of the biogas plant. Please, I request every student to please see the video and make notes of it, because now I think the time is very less and it's up to you to decide your future. That's all for today. Thank you.